Joining me today is New Hampshire Senator Dan Feltes. So, Dan, let's continue our conversation. At the last segment, you reminded us that we're taping on Women's Equality Day.
That's correct.
And certainly that brings up sort of wage compensation, but it also brings up other issues that you sort of said, the Executive Council vetoing Planned Parenthood funding.
Right.
Talk me through sort of that issue, and is this something that the Senate should get involved with, that the legislature should get involved with, or is this sort of, what happens when these two branches can't agree?
Well, it's a contract, and it was a contract to go to Planned Parenthood health centers that serve over 12,000 women in the state with preventative health care, things like cancer screenings, routine checkups, STI tests, mammograms, preventative health care. It's a pretty basic contract that's been funded for and approved for upwards of 50 years.
So this isn't something that Republican governors haven't approved or not approved? I mean, 50 years, you've gone through Republican, Democrat. It's not a partisan sort of issue one would look at.
You got it. And so this is something that was voted down on a vote of 3-2, 3 Republicans voting against it, 2 Democrats voting for the contract. And in my view, and again, I don't typically comment on the business of the Executive Council, but they're fairly constitutionally limited, and I think they went beyond their typical role, injected national politics of the Planned Parenthood into their decision-making over whether or not to simply approve a relatively basic contract for preventative health care for women that affects women's lives, but it also affects families and it affects our economy.
So from your vantage point, this isn't about them sending a signal that the contractor, is mismanaging the funds. This wasn't about mismanagement of funds, questions of, that one would expect a traditional oversight.
Correct. That's what they're entrusted to do via the Constitution. But they went beyond that. The basic notion is they injected, in my view, the national politics of the day with respect to Planned Parenthood into a very basic contract that provides for only preventative health care for women. Over 12,000 women rely on these services. I'm deeply concerned with what's going to happen to those women and their families and the absence of alternatives in many areas of the state. And so, like I said, we're taping on Women's Equality Day, and to expand equality and to expand opportunity for women, voting against a very basic contract to provide for preventative health care for women across the state, over 12,000 women, I think is disturbing to me. There's other issues too, John, that we need to focus on when we talk about women's equality. It's health care, including Planned Parenthood, but it's also expanding opportunity in the workforce, equal pay for equal work, paid family leave, affordable child care, so that women can go to work and not have to choose between work and their children for those women who have children. Flexible family leave, flexible work arrangements, so women who disproportionately bear the burden of caring for a sick elder or caring for a child can have the flexibility in their work schedules to be able to do that in an effective way. Expanding opportunity means expanding economic opportunity. And on Women's Equality Day, that's what we should be talking about, is how to advance women in the workforce, how to advance women in our economy. And when women succeed, we all succeed. That's how we move our economy forward.
Are there specific things the state should do? Is this a state issue? Is it a national issue, or both?
It's both, and the state can move forward, on things like flexible family leave and child care. It's also a national issue, and at least the candidates on the Democratic side are talking about a lot of these issues. Secretary Clinton, Senator Sanders, Governor O'Malley, I've heard those 3 talking about early childhood education, affordable child care, paid family leave, those type of issues that help move our economy forward for everyone, but in particular have a disproportionately positive impact on helping women seek full equality in the workforce and in their lives.
Well, and with that, we're actually out of time.